Jags sit as the 5th seed here in the West Division of the SWAC, and we currently have a record of 1-2, coming off of a tough loss against Texas Southern University. Now the question is, can we bounce back?
And that's what we all want to know. So what do you think, Ashley? Do you think we can bounce back?
It's a good question, Lex. Now, I'm always going to be Team Jaguar Nation, but I will be a little hard on our Jags this week because I'm expecting a lot out of Coach Dooley and our Jags because I know they can do it. They've just came off of a bye week. So there's a lot of time to fix up a lot of the mistakes, clean it up, come out strong, and I know they can come home with this win today.
It's Lex.
And Ash.
And we are here with the post-game recap. The Jaguars came and they dominated UAPB with the ending score of 59-3.
Period.
Between the interceptions and the touchdowns, the energy on the field was unmatched.
Crazy. And you know, Kendrick Grimes followed up by saying in the press conference that Monday to Saturday, even Sunday, they get no days off. They practice hard every day, and they executed that today on this field. They played amazing. And Coach Dooley followed up by saying, this was Jaguar football. 60 minutes played, whistle to whistle, and they laid it all out here. Tonight was Jaguar football. So everything else that y'all saw before, that wasn't it. But tonight, that was diversity. The Jags came home today with a win, score being 21-17, making us number 1 in the West Division of the SWAC. And we are so proud of you guys. We're on a running way to be, hopefully, the SWAC championship winners. I'm calling it now. We spoke to a lot of people today in the press conference after the game, but Jason Dumas said something that stuck out to me when he was asked about, is this something that you have seen improvement on through these last few games? And he said, honestly, Southern's been the standard, we are the standard, and this is just how we play football. This is the game that we should be playing, and we will continue to do this for the rest of the season. What I can say is congratulations, Jags. We're proud of you. Next week, we have our homecoming game against Virginia Lynchburg. Jags, we will see you there. And you know what it is. Let's get it. Let's go. What's going on, SU? It's your girl, Ashley, and I'm here at the Arlington Showdown, the Arlington football showdown against Texas Southern, against the one and only Southern University. It is a wonderful atmosphere here. We got the human jukebox right behind me and our fabulous dancing dolls. The crowd is reeling in. If you're here, get in a seat. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a rumble. It's going to be a battle. If you cannot make it and you could not get a ticket, you can check out Play-by-Play on Twitter. What's going on, Jaguar Nation? I'm reporting to you live from the press box here at A.W. Mumford Stadium. Halftime score is 24-7 with the Jags leading the way. We have a whole nother half to play. I'm expecting the Jags to come out with a little bit more punch this half because I know we're winning, but I know we can really stick it to them. So stay tuned in. I hope you enjoyed our halftime show by the Human Jukebox, and I will be checking with you later after the game. Let's go, Jags.
We're back.
We're back.
Yes, we're back.
We're back.
What you got to say about that?
We're back.
Yes.
So,
You ready?
the Lady Jags are number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
The men currently, right now,
Yes.
they're in front of us, battling for number 1. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't know. The way I've seen them come out, I don't know. They're ready. Especially, what's my man named Whitley? Really, number 22? He's been balling. He's been balling.
These shots been falling. Okay,
Well,
but we gotta work on these turnovers. There's been a lot of turnovers.
You gotta execute these free throws.
A lot of unnecessary fouls. Like, I'm glad that we're up, but we gotta clean it
We
up.
up by more tomorrow.
We need to be blowing all corner
You know
out.
what? Give me the right to say that. Stay tuned, guys. This is all coming live to you off the record.
Period. Win, lose, or draw. Go Jags. God is within you, and you cannot fail. You will not fail. It's physically impossible. And let me tell you why. The blood that runs through your veins, the blood that runs through my veins, has gone through 400 plus years of oppression, yet still stands today. You, my brother, and you, my sister, yes, still stand today. So understand that God is within you and you will not fail. Pick your head up, because that same blood that runs through your veins is the same blood that beats with a purpose. It beats with the heart of a lion. It beats with the heart of a leader, the heart of an innovator, a heart that could never die, a heart that is meant to spark this entire nation. So, know that God is within you and you will not fail. You can't fail. It's physically impossible. Now we know there's work to be done, and we definitely know that there's a war to be won. But you'll get there because God is within you. You cannot fail. You can't. It's physically impossible. But we know that this war is not for the faint of heart. We were chosen, we were called to be set apart, to do the work and work hard and survive. Because survival, that's who we are. That's who we've been, and that's who we will always be. Survival, we're going to survive. Because God is within us and we cannot fail. Now, the enemy will try you. The enemy will test all of your limits. Is going to try your patience, your strength, your mental capacity. Will fight back with every single weapon they have. They'll spit on you, fight you, talk down on you, and some of us will even lose our very own lives fighting the good fight. But just know that God says He'll never leave us nor forsake us. And know that God is within you, so we cannot fail. So keep fighting. Keep pressing toward the mark. Keep doing what you're supposed to do, because this battle is far from over. But if all else fails and you don't remember anything else, pick that head up and know God is within you. You cannot fail. You won't fail. It's physically impossible.
And that's a touchdown by Osmir Jones.
Let Booby spin! Let him spin! Let him spin! Let Booby spin!
The ones that I've gotten to speak to, the ones that I've gotten to kind of pick their brains a little bit, they're special. And they're so bright, and their futures are so bright. And you can definitely see everything the coaching staff pours into them and what you have poured into them. When talking to these kids about you, oh my goodness. All the stories, all the jokes between you and the coaches, it's such a beautiful thing to see. And they receive the tough love. The receipt of it, they receive it. And it's just, don't stop doing what you're doing.
Oh, I know.
Don't lose your light. But talking about the coaches, moving forward, Coach Tad, you've been here for 22 years.
Yeah, he was here.
I think he's been here.
I had him as a student.
Oh, you had him as a student. Okay.
Coach Tab?
Yes.
Clinton? Him and his sister.
Okay. So talk to me about that relationship.
Which one? Student?
You can give me a little bit of both.
Clinton Tab, as a kid, as a student, would have been his worst nightmare.
As a coach.
Talented beyond belief.
Talk to me about the kids. Let's get into these kids.
You're gonna make me cry now.
I'm pretty sure. Well, let's start with the funny stuff before we get to the tears.
Oh,
Tell me some funny experiences that you've had with the players on this football team. What are they like? Because I'm sure they're a riot.
well, they are. There are a few that have an amazing sense of humor, that come by every day just to say hello.
Like, what are your takeaways from this season that you cannot just apply on the field, but off the field as well?
I would definitely say just always being supportive. I feel like I see a lot of times people, even if it's on the opposite team.
Then one of our coaches passed away. And not just one of the coaches, he's like my best friend. Don't let go. Man, it got me.
That's all right. Right? Describe him to me in one word if you could, and why.
If I had one word to describe him, I would say all in.
Thank you for joining me. We really just wanted to sit down and talk to you about this journey of yours. You kind of have this, in my eyes, what I like to say is like a Cinderella Man story. 5 years. What does setup for Legacy Bowl look like for Bubba?
It's a grind.
260 weeks.
Put in work every day.
1,826 days.
Get 1% better every day.
One of Southern University's best kept secrets since coming to the Bluff.
110% every day. Every day.
A Dothan, Alabama native, perceived as a quiet, humble guy, turns into a completely different animal when he steps onto the gridiron.
Whatever it is, no matter what it is, because I got a family to take care of.
What's going on, SU? Welcome back for another Jag Talk, and we are here to talk about the matchup of all matchups. 100 plus years, and SU and LSU are matching up for the first time ever.
Saturday's football game is absolutely more than a game. It's a coming together of some great institutions, both in the same community, 8 to 10 miles apart.
Southern and LSU means so much to the city of Baton Rouge, but not only the city of Baton Rouge, but the state of Louisiana.
Both schools have an amazing influence on the community, and so to see how Southern fans and LSU fans both support their teams is going to be historic.
A new tradition starting here in Baton Rouge. Everyone's going to want to be a part of the very first one.
Football is really king. It runs really deep. We plan weddings around football. We plan baby showers around football.
It is very much part of the core culture of the city and for the state. People love these institutions, and it's going to be an outstanding experience.
There's no place in the country that you could have 2 champions and a city of champions like Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh my God, the celebration after winning the title and being part of the LSU title, it was amazing.
That was our first opportunity to really come together and show some unity because the city celebrated both of those victories together.
I'm just happy to see these 2 teams come together, man. I think it's monumental for the state.
I can't get a ticket to anybody right now, and I'm the president. This place is going to be packed and rocking.
Many people do understand it is more than football. It's about our students, it's about our community, and it's about what these universities mean to the community.
Each school does a great job of representing the city of Baton Rouge. So the fact that we're united after all these years is going to be amazing.
And you're right, some people do, I believe that's the best way because they feel they get more playing time. That's a true statement. Mm-hmm. That's true. But there's also some players that go hits it for a reason. Some players, they may not believe in a certain program. They may say, I don't want to be here anymore. That's one reason why they might go. But my biggest thing with it is he's not recruiting what we need. I'm going to need for him to step up and recruit some offensive linemen. In that transfer portal, I looked at it, and there's a number of offensive linemen that is ready to get picked up right now, but we're not targeting them, and I'm trying to figure out what's the problem.
Here's my thing. I'm not going to say we're not targeting them because in all actuality, we don't know. Right? There's a lot that goes into negotiations of what we can offer players as well, because there's a whole other side to getting someone to join your program, right? It's not just about having a winning program, but you need to have things to offer your athletes. And this is why I'm nervous for Southern, because
We don't have the
are still resting on the laurels of the 90s with Pete Richardson. And it is 2023. We cannot sit here and be like, oh yeah, we had back-to-back championships for these many years during this time period. Even if we talk about the early 2010s, right? Southern was doing well in football, right? But now that's not the case. And how leadership is acting has me nervous because it's, to me, like I said, perception, right? Perception is reality. It's giving off, it's my way or the highway. And when you give athletes that have talent that option, they're going to take the highway.
Bye-bye.
Because they could take their talent somewhere else, whether if it's they don't get as much playing time as they did, but they're respected and they're nurtured and they're being poured into properly. That is worth being in a position where it's a hostile environment, it's combative, and you feel like you're not being built up to be the athlete that you want to be. It's a twofold, and everybody needs to meet everybody halfway. And I'm sorry, seeing all these players go into the transfer portal, it's a lot of them.
It's not a good look.
It's a lot of them. It's not a good look, and it has me left wondering, why?